Player 2 has entered the game.
Welcome to episode 3 of Player 2 podcast with me, Ben Messenger, and Adam McPherson. This is kind of a part 2 to the last episode, which is E3 based.
We're literally recording it straight after the other one.
So that's why we look exactly the same. We're just 2 donuts down.
Yeah.
And I let my hair down because sweaty.
Because you're worth it.
Because I'm worthless. Yeah,
Like it, yeah.
We didn't do this on the last episode, but yeah, this is the podcast where it's 2 guys talking about video games.
Yeah.
And we're from the northeast. That's pretty much our angle.
Yeah, pretty much. Middle-aged men at this point.
Men who take video games way too seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, I've just turned 33, so I can't even say anything. So, video games!
Yeah, more of them.
Yeah. So I think we're going to talk about EA Play and Nintendo and Xbox.
Yeah, they're the ones we had left off. There was a little bit from Bethesda we never got to in the last episode as well.
What do you want from Bethesda?
Like more the Doom Eternal
stuff. Some more Doom Eternal gameplay.
Just showing off a bit more of that. And like seeing videos online of people who got their hands on it, saying that it's actually really good.
Yeah, like they're in a weird position, aren't they, where it's like it looks the same visually, but they seem to have improved on the movement mechanics, and I didn't think that was possible. Like obviously putting that the grappling in and things like that. And obviously there's new enemy types. There's the classic enemy types. I don't not want to say the old enemies. Like I want the old enemies as much as the new enemies as well. So. It looks fun. It's more Doom.
Yeah, and Doom.
I'd like to see some multiplayer though, because I actually thought it was quite fun. Like it wasn't. Don't get us wrong. It wasn't like this is gonna be a game I play out forever. But like I kind of enjoyed that month. Of Doom coming out because I played a lot of it and it was fun. I wouldn't mind that again. Where it might be throwaway, but I wouldn't mind a fun month or 2 of a new fast-paced multiplayer.
Yeah.
Arena shooter. You know what I mean? Because the genre is arguably dead. Arena shooters. But they're still fun. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind that month where a lot of people are playing it, you know what I mean? Before it dies again.
I was looking,
So I wouldn't mind more. What was the creation mode called on the original one where it was like you could make your own content for it?
Snap Map,
yeah. I hope that comes back. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that.
Yeah.
That was fun. There was loads of interesting mods and co-op mods and things like that.
Yeah, it was definitely it's just a shame that it felt like the multiplayer was kind of tacked on. Like there was a lot to it.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
But obviously, I think they were concentrating on the single player, and then went.
Oh my god, they did show multiplayer, man. They talked about there was that mode where the 1v4 or something. Yeah, that didn't look good.
No. Well,
that's why I didn't remember it because my mum was like, "You hated that."
Yeah.
I want to say proper multiplayer is what I mean.
Like deathmatch rather.
Actual
people playing it. Just they had the demons in the multiplayer in the first one, didn't they?
Too much because it was quite throwaway anyway.
But this one's like a whole mode centered around that. Yeah. So
hopefully they'll just think this is a new mode we're adding to the kind of modes that I already expect.
Yeah,
it probably is. So. It's probably just here's the new one.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got the numbers from the previous one that they're working with.
But I like that. I would like a good month of new Doom and
you kind of have your fun with it after a month anyway, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I feel like. So I'm good.
Yeah.
And Fallout 76 can go suck a dick, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We talked about this in the last episode.
Watch the last
Go
episode.
back and watch that one.
We look the same, but the same.
Yeah, we've just aged.
Yeah.
In the 5 minutes.
Aged, yeah. We're persistently aging. We are literally dying on camera over the course of time.
What's the point?
As we slowly wither away to an audience of 12. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So let's move on to EA Play.
Yeah. They showed 5 games, 5 things, 5, 6, something like that. So there's not a huge amount to talk about with that, but
Apex Legends
Season 2.
Yeah.
Just more content.
Skins.
Yeah.
New weapon, which is an old weapon from Titanfall.
But they're all going to be like that.
All like that, yeah. Hellstar is a good weapon.
Yeah, I think they're
making it a care package weapon as well.
Yeah, so it's a gold weapon, a gold drop weapon.
And has the set ammo that you pick up with it and stuff.
Yeah.
But apparently it's going to absolutely shred people, so that's cool.
It should do
it should feel like a drop, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I I think obviously they've said that they've learned a lot from their first season.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of backlash the first season. People were disappointed.
It was too many like of the stat trackers and badges, and they've said they've pulled all those out. They've got a new content type which they haven't told us what that is, but it's all going to be done on like challenge basis rather than
just play a certain
amount, which is good. And they said like you get daily and weekly challenges, but they accrue. So like you can not play for a couple of months, come back, and you would have everything you've missed. You can just like bash out in a weekend and stuff, which I think is quite cool.
That is good, because I think that's one of the things I don't like about them, because I understand why they've created that model. The model is, here's an item, here's a limited amount of time to do it, but you also have to sink in a lot of time to get it. So you have to play a lot, and then also within these few months, because we want to keep you playing. Then it's gone forever, and it's like, it's in the game, let us have it.
I think you've got to have some stuff that's like...
I understand like rarity and stuff for like certain things, but like maybe skins, but not so much like everything.
Yeah, I think some stuff like... Some skins and rewards should be like done like when because they obviously announced ranked for season 2, and like the higher up you get rewards that you can kind of show off when the next season comes around. It's like
maybe the rare stuff shouldn't be part of the season pass, so they'll be like, here's a rare skin that everyone can earn in this period of time. You can only earn it this week, but everyone can earn it. And then be like, here's the season pass content, and you get that for having the season pass. But if you have the season pass, you can unlock that at any point by doing challenges because you've paid for it.
Yes, I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, they need to have a reason for people to buy the season pass.
I just hate that whole like force them to keep playing forever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, if it's done on like they said, like you'll rank up to 100 quicker. Like because it's done on challenges and stuff. That's a lot more interesting to me than time. Like because I don't have a lot of time to sink in to get to level 100. Like I'm level 38 on my season pass because I kind of stopped playing Apex for a while. I've just started playing it up again.
It's like we were talking about in the other episode, just about sinking your time into stuff. And there's just so many games. And Apex is one of those ones where I play it and I'm like, I'd be so much better at this if I played this all of the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll jump in and just have a quick game and get absolutely slammed. And I'm like, it's because I don't play this all the time. It's like, obviously sometimes just because I was the worst player. But like sometimes you're like, you can tell it's because I just haven't played this in ages.
No, that's the same.
You know what I mean? Because I play Battlefield all the time and I just regularly do way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like, season 2, more content, what people want, and they teased
new character as well, isn't there?
Yeah, Watson.
So she's like a female character. It's like her and her dad built the play arena is the story.
Yeah.
And she has like a area of damage tactics where it's like she can block people in.
So she has like she can set up gates
and
like fences, and I think you just get slowed and pinged. If you go through
the full squad. And, I think they do a little bit of damage, don't they?
No, I think they're just slow.
Oh, they're just slow you down.
Like an arc star, but without the damage. They might do a little bit of damage. I didn't see that though. And
that's cool for like being able to command the flow of certain.
Yeah, and you can put down like choke points basically. And they say that it was designed to try and move away from that third party.
Like there's such a lot.
You hear gunfire and you run towards it because you're going to pick someone off. Because one team's going to win, you're going to get the other team while they're weak.
It's one of those like eternal problems of Battle Royale, full stop, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how you die 99% of the time. Is that you've either lost a fight, not lost a fight, just about to win a fight, or you've just won a fight, and then somebody else literally comes and you don't have the heals to get you back to fight this next person. Or they catch you off guard, and I feel like that's the 90% of deaths. I think that's how a lot of people win. It's also how I win. It's how
it is.
You know what I mean? Because it's like
you run towards
when you're the last 3, you're like, I hope they fight, and then the second you start fighting, you're like, yes. And then you run over and you're like, I'm gonna kill whoever's already lost or whoever's already winning. Like,
it's just what you do, and I think that obviously this character's designed to try and remove some of that, and then like even her ult, like you put down like a drone thing, and it shoots down ordnance and grenades. So like that is good for stopping you being third party because people can't like just throw grenades at you and like put their ults down and stuff. And
they have that in Blackout, isn't it? A trophy system. It's just that.
Yeah. So more Apex.
That,
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the game's quite good. It is fun. And they're going to have map events. They tease map events, like they mentioned. So I think they're going down the route of Fortnite, where they evolve the map rather than do new maps. And I think that's a better way to do it, because that map in Apex is pretty good. It's got some good diverse areas.
I don't know who I heard saying about the map, and they were saying they should release a night map. And they say, because then straight away you've just got 2 new maps like that, and it's just like such an easy fix.
Yeah, I think a night map would work because it's still the same layout, but it's different, and it would have a different feel. The one thing is, it would mean that spotting people from a distance would be very difficult. But
just for changing gameplay and just for something else, you know what I mean? Or even just a temporary, like this week the map's dark or something. Do you know what I mean? Just for like.
Well, I think that might be what they do. If they do like map events, it might be that. Every month or so something slightly changes, and they can evolve the map and have a story reason for the map changing, and a new pathway being created, or like a new flanking route, or a building.
Well, there was in the big reveal video of the new season, at the very end, did you see there was like a big dragon eye kind of thing, and it was huge, and you're like,
well, that ties into the map events, I think, of like,
because obviously on the map there is like the skeletons of huge dragon-like beasts, isn't there?
And you've got the beasts out like wandering in the water and stuff. So
I mean, that was always the Titanfall thing, because it is the Titanfall universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
That there's like creatures in the periphery rather than like having a direct effect on them. Like you could shoot them down and stuff. Even in Titanfall 1 there was like flying stuff you could shoot down, which I like that. I do like that lore. It's interesting. Yeah, it's strange that Titanfall 2 certainly didn't need it, because this campaign was fucking superb. But it's so weird that was never really part of the campaign. Like there was no, you didn't fight monsters at any point. You know what I mean? It was like boots on the not a boots on the ground, but it was like against
boots on the wall,
boots on the ground. Wall, yeah. Well, speaking of Respawn, obviously their other one, and arguably the biggest thing at EA Play, was Star Wars. Fallen Order.
Something that really interesting came out about this, and it came out not in that conference, but it was later in an interview I think I saw, and it's the way they've designed the maps.
Right.
They're designed like a Metroidvania game.
Okay.
So they're designed where you can only access stuff if you've got certain like powers and certain abilities. So you can. I wonder if you can go back to other worlds and stuff, like a bit like God of War.
Either traveling or maybe a new game plus, but keeping your powers that you've accrued over your first.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe, like I know that obviously it's very story driven and stuff, but
it looked very Uncharted.
Yeah.
What was hilarious is it 313 which was the one that was cancelled? It was like
3103.
And it was like, it's just that. It's so hilarious that you just cancelled that, because you're like, well, people don't want single player games, and you're like, no, everyone wants that.
I think this is probably just what it's evolved into.
But like, my God, it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
there's some moments in there, like where he grabs the stormtrooper and then like pulls him into
the lights. It was like the laser beam shot. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, so
there was a lot of that. The only thing, obviously, I think there was a lot of stuff where you like, this was for the purpose of trailers. Like obviously they got someone who was pretty good, who was pretty skilled with them, playing them. Obviously,
did you think that? Because I was watching that gameplay and I was thinking, this person's terrible.
I didn't think they were class, but I felt like this person's like obviously played this demo a few times, like to get it the best version that they could get it and stuff. And then I also felt like the difficulty must be harder than that.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Because like I say, like if it was like that, it's gonna be boring to us very quickly. So I'm also thinking like maybe like that what you were saying was really, really far into the campaign as well, because of like how many powers it already had, because I presume you start off with very little and you accrue those, because you always saw the skill point unlock. Whenever I saw the skill tree, you saw it say skill point unlocked, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, you can't start with everything, because if you've got everything, you're just too old, and there's no sense of progression.
The levels of progress, if they've gone with it, because they said that they'd like looked at like Metroid Prime for like level design ideas. I think if they do that, that's very interesting, because it does sort of like, I don't know if you ever played Castlevania Lord of Shadows. It was on the 360. That was very much the same. Like you could kind of go back and replay old levels and gain access to stuff for like new power ups and stuff. So I think that interests me. I love those type of games. Like I love Darksiders 2, God of War, like.
What did you think of the lock-on system, like being kind of a Dark Souls-esque kind of
fine by me.
Lock-on and stuff?
Fine by me. Yeah. Like I like that combat style.
I didn't like the inconsistency of the lightsaber, but then for it to be a full-on lightsaber would be kind of too OP, but it was like sometimes just hitting stuff and it was like hitting them like a baseball bat, and then the next minute it was slicing people, and you're like, well, which is it? Is it solid? Is it?
It depends on the
do you know what I mean?
The armor that the person's wearing. Are they wearing?
So there was that, but it wasn't like a game-breaking thing or anything. But it just looked a little easy. Like I just feel like I'm completely not skilled in terms of hack and slash at all. Like I wouldn't last 2 seconds in Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Like it'd probably take me fucking 40 hours to get through the first boss or something. Do you know? like I'm not going to pretend that I'm good at those games at all. And I was just like, like I would have completed that without dying. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm hoping that was just for the benefit of the demo and been like,
that's why difficulty sliders are for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I feel like it must be hard on that. Even
I would like it to be harder than that. Like I play most of my games now on hard. It's like my default. And I hope it's got a bit of challenge to it, but
it was really good looking, but it didn't blow us away.
Yeah,
because it was like it kind of still looked like Battlefront, like not wildly different.
I think we're at the point in this console generation where everything's sort of flattened out. And you're not going to get huge leaps in graphics on console. I felt like there was like some of the stuff where it wasn't so much a graphical issue, it's a design point where it was like some areas look duller than they could have been, but then obviously it's still early, so there's still a lot of fleshing out to do. But I just feel like there's moments where like he walks out into like, oh, this is the big fucking vista, and there's this thing, and there's like nothing really happened. You just maybe saw like a TIE fighter fly past, and I was like, I felt like there should be more going on. You know what I mean? But like it not game or even immersion breaking. Like it was just like that's just a personal. Yeah, thing. I'm definitely interested. But I'm sold. Don't get us wrong. Like I think it's definitely the best looking Star Wars game we've been offered by EA in a long fucking time. Yeah. This generation, anyway. Yeah, and it's single player, and I kind of like single player. A good single player game. Yeah. So. And the casting, like I think it's a good choice. He's the kid off Gotham who plays like the young Joker, isn't he? So it's like it's good. And I thought the new robot was really cute. Yeah. And I really liked the little touch. BD something, isn't it? Yeah, BD4. And I thought it was really cute when they were like sliding through the thing. It was like pipes, and he had to shimmy through, and then like jumped off his back to get off. Because I thought that I was like, well, it would just clip. It would just get knocked off his back. So they obviously knew that. So they had him climb up and climb over, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, there's lots of nice. So I like stuff like that. But also that bot is very similar to the bot that Aiden has on Battlefront. She has a bot on her back that literally just comes up, but that flies rather than runs, and that slices things as well. So I was like, oh, it's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? But it's fine. Yeah. But it was nice to see Forrest Whitaker returning, and definitely. I like the way they ended that gameplay trailer with like a little montage of extra clips as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was another trailer at another conference as well, wasn't there? Was it Xbox showed one and EA showed one? Yeah. And like the other one looked really good, where he's like in the water swimming, he's like climbing on the side of like an fucking AT or something. Yeah. He's just like, and like that just looked epic. That was like when more was like, oh, that's the spectacle I wanted. Yeah. So like when I wasn't as impressed with that, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's more. I'm definitely on board, 100%. Yeah. Same. And like I trust Respawn because Titanfall 2 is my favourite shooter campaign in 10 years. Time. Yeah, same. You know what I mean? So like campaign. I trust them to make a good. Like you say, I don't think we've seen everything, but you don't need to say everything. No. But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I think it's like for EA as well. It's nice to have something good to say about EA for a change. Yeah. Where I was like, EA, that looks like you're doing something right for once. Yeah. And there's probably not going to be like if it's going to be like from Respawn, it's probably not going to be like microtransaction heavy. No, I think there'll probably be some pre-order alternate outfits or something. Yeah, and there'll be some DLC and stuff, but probably nothing that actually changes the invasive. Nothing that changes the core experience, and ultimately that's all you want is to not change the core experience. And EA also showed off. I've actually wrote down. I just looked at my notes because obviously we mentioned freaking 313. Amy Hennig must be so angry because she was obviously fired, wasn't she? Yeah. Like because the obviously shot at her, and then they hilariously just went and 180. Yeah. Well, she was like one of the directors in Uncharted, wasn't she? That's what they've got, and then this just looks like it's got to be
probably a big chunk of her game.
I think
is
so.
repurposed into this.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I say she'll be so hungry she's probably loaded, but
yeah, be interesting to see what comes out like in regards to that, because something will at some point. Like, does she have a credit in it for like something or what?
Yeah,
like, we'll see. So what? FIFA 20 was shown.
Yeah. More football.
More football. Yeah, like. They didn't show off anything to do with Ultimate Team, which is the big money maker. They just showed off, was it Volta, the like street football stuff that they've incorporated.
No, that was why I kind of switched off. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, and then there was Madden.
Well, it was weird, like EA Play in general, because they would like had a tiny amount of gameplay, but it was like half an hour on that game.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. You've got nothing to fill the rest of the time for.
Yeah, it was a bit.
I mean, the Star Wars one, it was like, I can't remember the guy who presented it, but like he's presented other stuff in the past on games, and he's so awkward. He's like, yeah, they're doing a Star Wars game, it's single player, and like, okay.
Yeah.
I know, like the concept's not blowing my mind.
I did find the presenters in EA Play very irritating.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not blowing my mind. That was strange that they talked about Sims.
Yeah, it's like, probably a big seller for them. Like,
but it probably is. Like, it's that whole thing of Just Dance. It's like,
it's not. It doesn't appeal to us.
It doesn't appeal to us,
but it appeals to people.
It obviously appeals to a lot of people. Yeah. The thing is a lot of people probably would have wanted a new Sims. I think rather than DLC, where you're basically a mermaid.
I think a lot of because a lot of their player base has probably been playing it for a while and have got stuff set up and it's like, oh, now I can do this with this family and stuff.
I remember playing the first Sims game in particular on PC and having like 15 expansion packs. And it's like, wow, I've spent like £300 on the Sims. Do you know what I mean? Because that was like back when like expansions was a physical disc you had to buy, and everyone bought them and like sometimes like 20-30 quid you were paying for the expansion packs.
But that was like once every couple of months. It was the same as buying a new game for some of these people. So yeah, it's just showed that off. I guess I didn't really pay attention. I switched off for Sims. Madden, as much as I like American football, I haven't played a Madden game in a while. I just don't have the time to invest. Because I like, if I'm playing them, I play like the season modes and franchise modes and stuff. And
it's just that they've become such a money sink, and then it's like a year later you're meant to give up all of that money. It's mental.
Yeah.
So like one of my friends, like he's been putting money into it for a long time, and then he was like, I don't think I'm going to get this next one. He's like, why? And he's like, because I've sunk like 500 quid into this one, and he's like, I'm not just going to do that again.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I thought to, absolutely, but it's just silly.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people.
And he's like, I might pick it up, but I won't sink money into it. Yeah. But then he probably picked it up for another 500 quid because they've got him,
Ultimate Team and all that.
Yeah, but it's just, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's way a year making the money.
Formula.
And it did some serious damage to the industry for a while, like, because everyone was trying
I think it's done serious damage, irreparable damage going forward. I think loot boxes and things like that wouldn't be.
I think there's a bit of a turn coming, like there's a lot of, like, obviously with legislation and stuff, there's a lot going against loot boxes now, and a lot of companies seem to be trying to distance themselves from it now, and they're like, God, we need to find some other way of making money.
Yeah, some I think there is a reluctance to say the word loot box now, isn't there? Because you got to be like, oh, we've got loot boxes, but ours are fair.
Yeah. People instantly go no. Yeah. Now people just don't like them.
And now it's like, well, now it's a card system and you roll a dice and you're like, okay, it's the same thing, it's a loot box.
So
I mean, the big one for me obviously was Battlefield.
Yeah.
So obviously they're announcing new maps, fucking finally. We've had one already.
Yeah, well they announced them a little while before you played it.
Yeah, a little bit, and we got just more information and more gameplay on them. But yeah, I'm hyped as fuck because I mean that's the content that the game's absolutely been lacking.
It's one map a month, I think, isn't it? Starting in July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so June 27th is the next one. It's called, well, that's the new campaign, so it's called Defying the Odds. And we should be getting Al Sundan, which is the laziest one out of all of them, which is just the Under No Flag story mission map. But don't get us wrong, that is cool. Like, I remember playing that mission for the first time and being like, oh, Battlefield's Far Cry now. Because it was like, you can go here and you can spot people with binoculars.
I've never played the campaign. I only played The Last Tiger.
Oh, right,
It was the only campaign mission I played.
Yeah, it was good.
I think I played like don't play Battlefield for the
They're not-
single player.
they're not good
I play Call of
single
Duty
players.
for the single player, but I don't
Yeah.
play Battlefield for the single player.
Battlefield single player is just too easy.
Yeah.
Too by the numbers. And the thing with the problem is obviously with Battlefield 1 is where they started is the war stories. So they're just like single one-shot stories that last about an hour.
Yeah.
Like, that's how short some of them are. And it's like, you're like, oh, an hour of gameplay, maybe. And some cutscenes. And like, obviously it's really hard to introduce someone that you give a fuck about and give them an interesting narrative and maybe make them go through a journey and maybe like, what? You know, I was a scallywag, but I'm not now. And you're like, well, it was 10 minutes ago you were a scallywag. You know what I mean? I know it says 6 months later, but to me it's fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, I feel nothing for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you dying, it doesn't feel like any loss to me because I just met you.
Yeah. No,
So, yeah, it was very... The whole single player is by numbers. But the maps are interesting. And another one of the maps which is interesting, which is something I've said before, was they're going to use a part of Firestorm. For one of the maps. It's called like Luferton Islands or something.
Yeah, but that's only a squad.
It's like a squad
conquest map.
Yeah,
Because 2 of the maps are squad conquest only, I think.
Well, they're talking about them maybe releasing like a competitive style mode where it's like going to be a 5v5. So that's why they're trying to make some smaller maps apparently.
Yeah.
They tried it for Battlefield 1, but they tried it too late in the cycle of Battlefield 1, so it was called Battlefield 1 Incursions.
Yeah.
And they created it, and they had like a video where it was like, yeah, some pro players about to play Battlefield Incursions, and it changed the like layouts of the classes and things like that. But
I play Battlefield for the big combined arms maps. I don't play for infantry only.
I like infantry.
playing as
I like playing infantry only when I'm listening to music and I'm chilling out. So like not in a competitive edge way, like not in a oh sweaty try hard, you know what I mean? And then obviously I like playing the big maps when I'm playing with my friends because it's spectacle and it's epic.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I play Battlefield is for the spectacle, for
like,
those Battlefield moments.
Map? I wrote it down. The one that's just come out, Mercury,
Mercury,
which is in Greece. Like that map is not worth playing on a smaller map because it's so fucking beautiful. Yeah, you need to see that full map.
Yeah.
They've also released a new limited time mode as well, Outpost at the minute, which is
I played it on
right,
Thursday. Yeah, I love the objectives and like how to capture the objectives, but I don't know the fact you can't spawn on the objectives.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a squad or your squad's dead, you have to spawn all the way back to the start, and then you got to like run towards it.
The problem with an objective mode that big as well is that your individual hand is so fucking little in the greater scheme of things. You don't really have much fucking say on whether your team succeeds or not. Yeah. That's what's so good about Squad Conquest is that like you winning or losing is kind of your fault. Like as an individual, as part of a team, if you didn't play your part, that's probably why your team lost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like if you're like really class, you can carry a team in Squad Conquest to victory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So normally, if I play Squad Conquest, one other person would just not endlessly, but like we usually go on a good winning streak for quite a while. But you couldn't do that in Outpost.
Yeah.
But the objective is just quite fun. It's a nice dynamic to be like, they're building, and sometimes you get a nice flank because there'll be like 4 people lying down building, and you get to waste 4 people. But then it happens to you as well because you're trying to build, and you're like hoping someone will break off so you can keep building to fight the guys. I'm building you.
You deal with him. I was doing that. I was playing it as I say on Thursday, and I was flying around on is it Arras?
Yeah.
There's Arras and Mercury are the 2.
Yeah.
I was on Arras and I was playing a Spitfire, and I was just strafing people building. I was getting like 3-4 kills on a strafe.
So the mode is that there's like points that you capture, but you have to build a tower.
Yeah.
So like
and
your team has to build it,
stuff.
but then obviously for the team to take it back, the other opposing team has to destroy it and then rebuild their tower.
Yeah.
Rather than just it's not some form.
There was some moments where it was a bit annoying because there was a point where on Mercury where there was a team just sat in a tank, just shooting at.
Just shelling the shit out of the Outpost.
Destroying it, and then it was getting rebuilt, and they were obviously just bumping their own score up. But it was really hard to get to that tank because it was the other side of the map.
I think that's a problem with tanks in Battlefield in general. Is tanks are so soft. It's like they start off like quite tough, but like now like an assault class can carry like 2 Panzerfaust. You can carry 2 C4 and then have an anti-tank grenade. So one person, if you're decent, can take out a tank solo. So you can solo take out a tank if you're half decent. And then, so that makes tanks soft as shit. And then also, there's an issue with out of bounds in that game where sometimes out of bounds is advantageous for the other team.
Yeah.
So like if you're on a tank and you know your tank's spongy stuff, why wouldn't you set out of bounds? And people do that. They set out of bounds and just shell the shit. And unless you're on a tank, you can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or you can get to them maybe with like a Panzerfaust, but they'll just reverse back a bit, repair, and then push back, and then shell the shit. And it's like, so that's a problem kind of with that's not really with outposts in general. That's just with Battlefield. This Battlefield at the minute is an issue. I think a lot of people don't want to use tanks at the minute.
Yeah, I don't particularly use them. I do occasionally.
Like if I see a tank out, because I know I can single-handedly take it out, I'll go out my way to do that.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's why people don't want it.
Yeah. Like I like flying, so I do a lot of that in Battlefield.
So I'm really excited about new maps just because that's absolutely what we need. The big one, obviously, for me is probably Metro being reworked, calling it Operation Underground.
Yeah.
Just because I fucking love that. It's just such fun memories. I've got more fun memories of the fucking beta than I do of actual Battlefield 3. Even though I did play a fuck ton of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Just obviously that time everyone I knew was playing Metro at the same time. So I think that was the case with Bad Company 2 as well. Like the beta map is what fucking people like. That's the map that you think of when you think of that game. You know what I mean?
No, like.
So it's not the most balanced map or anything like
that.
It's like a clusterfuck.
It's grind.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they're saying though, because they're not calling it Metro, they're calling it Operation Underground, and what they're doing is he's saying they're putting more flanking lanes.
Yeah. Well, it's the original designer of Metro.
He basically said, I don't want it to be the clusterfuck yet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to update it. So it'll be nice if there is more. Maybe get into the tunnels in a different way then.
Yeah.
Because technically that damage might not have happened. The damage that got you in the tunnels first time around, you could have covered that up and you're getting through the top or something. Or because you never could get to the top, you went underground and you came up the other side to the streets on like fucking the buildings and the highway on the other side.
I wonder how like fortifications are going to work in there. Like
because sandbags would really fucking change. I suppose it's because the set places that you could put them, but they could really change flanking routes and choke points, couldn't they? I thought that's interesting.
Be interesting to see, but the thing that had me most excited about that was the Pacific Theatre of War.
Of the Pacific,
like obviously they're releasing Iwo Jima as one of the first maps. They're
bringing back the M1 Grand as well.
Yeah,
buzzing about that. I heard the
ching.
Yeah, exactly. So. Same, I think that's going to be great. Obviously, the reason I'm more excited for Underground is just because it's coming sooner.
See, well, I'm
excited
for
I can't wait. I think that's going to be amazing. I think Mercury was our first hint of that, where you see beautiful, lush sand. And
I'm hoping to put more naval warfare back into the Pacific, because it was island based, so there was a lot of
I'm
hoping
you're going to spawn on ships again and things like that.
like even have destroyers and stuff.
Even people who don't want to have to boat onto the island. Yeah. Because it's good, because it means that people in boats have got a chance to actually kill someone in a fucking boat, and it gives planes something, a target and stuff like that.
See, that's what excites me, new planes.
Yeah. So it looks mint, and I think it's finally a step in the right direction.
Yeah, well, I thought that's what the plan was originally, was to build up the Theatre of War. So I would imagine, once you've done with the Pacific, unless they move on to the next game, I would imagine they do the Eastern Front, so Russia and stuff as well. And
I kind of hope they don't move on to the next game, because I think I've said this to you before. If next gen's coming, I don't want one that's half in one pool and half in the other. I'd rather them just support this until next gen exists and then make a game for next gen. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Rather than be this works on old gen and next gen, because then the next gen experience won't be great. It'll just be the old gen experience with a better frame rate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No,
You know what I mean? So I would like to be oh well, this is the new hardware, so the map's the biggest map you've ever seen, and it's a fucking 120 players or something. Do you know what I mean? It's which means plane kills would be oh, I got 10 people on that point. Do you know what I mean? So your kill streaks could be way higher and more diverse levels of playing.
Yeah, I'd like to see more support for Battlefield 5. I think it's getting to a place.
And I think it would be a shame for it to be it just got good, abandon it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the problem they're going to have, though, and I think they're having already, is obviously monetizing the game. Yeah. That's the issue they have going forward. Because it's not, it can't stay afloat, because EA, they're a big company and they're fine. Yeah. FIFA will keep them afloat for me. That's why they can try anything really. Yeah. They can try new IPs because of FIFA and Madden's success, because those games carry them indefinitely. But yeah, I'd be interested to see how they're going to monetize.
Yeah.
Because if they're giving away all the maps for free, and the guns, which arguably is the content.
Yeah, they're going to have to think of something. And obviously the only thing they're trying to sell is the cosmetics, but I'm not buying them.
I'm not buying them. Like I say, for me, it's not so much immersion breaking, but I just feel like I just don't need them in single player. They just look a bit silly. In that sense, where it's like I can see the fun side of it for Firestorm, but it just does nothing for us in multiplayer. I'd rather have more gun skins. Yeah. But I feel like they're kind of locked into kind of a realistic place with gun skins because of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have like a flame skin on the side and it's animated flames in World War II, can you? You know what I mean? So it's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
So once you've covered binary colours and binary camos, like, and then you've got your silver and gold, which are already in the game from launch. Well, what else can you do?
Yeah, there's not a lot really.
You know what I mean? There's not. What kind of snippets? So it'll be interesting to see what they can do to monetize it, and that might be why they do just release. Don't get us wrong though, if they do go back to like Modern Warfare, like they do, like a sequel to Battlefield 3 and 4, or they do a Bad Company 2 next year, I'd still be buzzing. Because I just love Battlefield so much, and I'd rather be playing in a modern. Because we've not seen a modern one in this engine either, have we? Like this version of Frostbite that we've had over 2 games, one in this.
No.
Not like the last modern game we had was 4, and obviously 4 was like fucking 20 frames per second on PS4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that was the majority of EA Play. Before we move on to Xbox, I do have ones from some other news which is not from
we've got Nintendo as well.
Oh yeah, we've got Nintendo as well.
Not that there's a huge amount there that I'm interested in. I'm not, like, I haven't played on a Switch. Yeah. I don't have a Switch. I kind of want one, but at the same time, there's not enough on it for me to justify it. So, I mean, obviously, the big ones you've got are like Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
It's a big one. Is it Luigi's Mansion being re-released?
Breath of the Wild 2 is interesting because obviously Zelda has never really done a direct sequel for a long time, has it really? It's like kind of not with the same art style and things like that as well, and not with really the exact gameplay mechanics. And this seems like that game was so popular, they can't not make an iterative sequel.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with like some of the Wii ones, like Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. They were direct sequels, I think.
Oh right, I didn't realise. I thought they'd always done a different art style.
No, and I think like Ocarina of Time into Majora's Mask.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I'm going
it's more likely that I'm wrong.
Memory. But yeah, I think Breath of the Wild 2
There's another Zelda game as well, isn't there? There's another one coming out. There's obviously a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but there's another one coming out.
There was Link's Awakening, which is the remake.
Oh, right, it's a remaster.
Yeah, it's a remaster of the Super Nintendo. Was that Link's Awakening? Which one was the...
Is it not 3D? Wasn't 3D games was on Super Nintendo?
No. Link's Awakening is definitely from that era.
Oh, right.
But I don't know... I can't remember which one... I think was it the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy one? I can't remember the name Game Boy one was called. But anyway, it's a remaster, and it's got design your own dungeon in. So there's talk that it might be like a precursor to Zelda Maker. I did Mario Maker, which could be interesting.
That would make a killing for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mario Maker's like that. That's the thing with like the Switch is like the Switch is perfect for Mario Maker because of the touchscreen. Like that's going to be so much like easier to just drag and drop what you want for your level design and things like that. But yeah, the Switch is like there's maybe 10 games I'd get. And I mean 10's still a good number for a lot of people, but like for me it's like
a lot of the other games
10
that are
games
like
is like I'm gonna be done with those 10 games in 2 months or something.
Yeah,
I think now I've got a Switch just sitting.
Yeah, I like the idea of it being portable, but at the same time, there's a lot of games that I would play on it that I play on other consoles and stuff that I'm not.
I do kind of wish that the games were not exclusive.
Yeah.
Because it is a shame. Like, obviously, I don't want to kill off the Switch, of course. I absolutely think there's a place for the Switch. It's just like I say, I'm not going to play it anywhere that isn't in my games room. So I'd probably end up playing it docked.
Yeah.
And then if I'm playing it docked, I might as well just be playing something else.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I can't remember what else was shown. I didn't make notes.
No, I didn't make notes for Nintendo. Nintendo just doesn't have.
There's a lot of Nintendo-esque stuff.
Yeah,
So
I
if
think
you're a
there's
Nintendo fan, I apologise.
Yeah, I think there was a new Monster Hunter as well.
Yeah.
But it was like the classic style of Monster Hunter, not Monster Hunter World,
World.
as everyone like seems to know, and the West is like that. So if you like Monster Hunter World, you probably hate this game.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't play like that. It's a completely different pace and things like that. Other games I've got which didn't have their own stage was like Destroy All Humans has been remade.
Yeah, I've seen that.
THQ Nordic will pick up anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I just want them to pick up Stubbs the Zombie.
Oh yeah, please.
and
Love Stubbs the Zombie.
And remaster Stubbs the Zombie for me, please.
And me.
Because we want to play co-op.
Yeah. Look, there's two people who liked the game
So like that's
individually before they knew each other.
Yeah. So like, what, you're gonna get like £80 max?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do it.
There's a reason there. I mean, not are you gonna buy this? Nah, I've changed my mind. Already made it from the ground up. Okay. Yeah. No, I would probably play it. I should just put that backwards compatible.
Yeah, it is on 360.
It is on 360, yeah.
But not
But
Xbox
not
One.
Xbox One. Because I think it was I only had like 2 or 3 Xbox original games that I kept on my 360, and that was one of them. I kept that and like The Warriors and something else.
Yeah, for me it was, I think I had Stubbs the Zombie. I probably got Shenmue 2 on there as well, to be fair. And it's probably 1 or 2 others I think I've got.
Yeah.
And I was always hoping that would become available on Xbox One, because then all my libraries
Well, that's another
together.
thing, is they've just announced that it's like the last set of backwards compatible games.
Yes.
I didn't realise that it was going to be ending.
It is, but it's because of
The
next gen, I think.
So before we go into that as well, the only other game I've got, which is not a conference, wasn't on its own conference, I think, was Oddworld's getting a sequel, like Abe's Odyssey. So it's Oddworld Soulstorm.
Right.
It's like a direct sequel to Abe's Odyssey.
Okay.
And it just looks
Wasn't
like
the direct sequel to Abe's Odyssey Abe's Exodus?
Was it?
Back in the day.
Oh.
There's loads of like games set in that universe. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
I don't remember. What's the one where it's like third person and you're like a dude with a fucking cowboy hat on?
That's like Oddworld Strangers.
Ah, yeah, that's strange.
Something.
Isn't it?
Strangers
Yeah, that
Quest
sounds
or.
fucking- I played Abe's Odyssey like on PS4 like 3-4 years ago. Like the remaster, it's fucking hard still. I forgot how
It's
hard.
always hard.
I forgot how fucking hard that game was. I was just like, really? It was this hard? Like I don't remember this as a child. Like my memory was just like, oh, he's farts. It's funny and giggles. And you're like, yeah. And then I was like, fuck, this is
It's
like,
hard.
I was with my girlfriend and she was just like getting really annoyed. We're like, you do it, and then I couldn't do it. Getting more annoyed. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Fun times. Alright, so we need to move on to the big one, don't we?
Yeah.
It's the big dog. It's Xbox. I mean, it's the big one just because they're like the biggest company that have.
Yeah. They showed it
Because Sony did
a lot.
Well, it was that whole, before it happened, it was like, oh, they can announce 14 Xbox exclusives, like, and you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be good. And then they mainly weren't.
Yeah. I think, because what was it, 60 games they announced with 14 exclusives, or 14 console exclusives.
Console exclusive.
And like 24 or 34 or something that are going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, a lot. Everything's going to be on Game Pass.
I think the big thing we should start with is Game Pass. Like
Game Pass, yeah.
I-
Obviously, they announced Ultimate.
Yeah.
Game Pass Ultimate's huge, so you get the combination of Game Pass and Xbox Live, but you can also get the PC Game Pass, which they've announced.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So that's a fucking steal.
Yeah, was it $14.99 or like for Game Pass, Xbox Live? So it's the $14.99 a month, I should say.
Yeah.
But that like 99 cents cheaper or something.
Yeah, I think we talked about that like in the first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's £1 saving.
Yeah.
Saving £1 the first month's £1 though, isn't it?
Yeah,
So that's good.
and because they've had Game Pass for PC on,
Yeah.
at no extra charge, it actually is quite good value for money
absolutely.
if you're playing on both. And obviously, Game Pass for PC has different games than the console one because it has PC exclusives, I guess.
I know it's strange that it's getting its own set of games.
Yeah, and there's a lot there'll be a lot of crossover, obviously, with because Microsoft have been doing it for a while. Any Microsoft first party studio games, any first party studio have been going to PC as well. So there's a lot going for them there.
It's a really good deal. I will probably hold it for a long time. That's probably the best deal in gaming right now. Is Game Pass.
I think just the amount of value you get for your money is if you're going to choose to buy a console. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
You're buying a console. Do you want to pay? Let's say both consoles cost the same, the green box and the blue box. Let's say at this point you can pick them up for 170 quid.
Yeah.
Say either or. Now, do you want to spend 170 quid and get a console, or do you want to spend 180 quid or 190 quid and get a console with over 100 games?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're getting with Game Pass.
Yeah.
It is really good value for money.
Yeah. Well, chances are, you're gonna have to pay to play online, so you're probably gonna play at least 180 games online.
Yeah.
And then you've got a huge base of online games or single player games, and you're just good to go. And
it's just great value, and I see a downside to it.
No, I don't either. I think a lot of people are like, why would you play it? A lot of Sony fanboys always say this. I always say it in comment sections, but there's no reason to play on Xbox because PlayStation plays all the games that the Xbox plays. Because obviously they're implying that they have better exclusives, which they do.
Yeah.
They do have better exclusives, there's no doubt about that. But the games that are cross-platform are the majority of games.
Yeah.
Most games I play aren't exclusives. I would say 90% of the games I play regularly and love are not exclusives.
Yeah.
And then they play better on my One X. Don't get us wrong, they play worse if you're playing on an original Xbox. Mm-hmm. But a One S and a PlayStation 4 are exactly comparable. It's not a desperate experience, you know what I mean?
I think the fact that
I think that gap's going to close even more next gen.
You got PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Yeah. If we're both wanting to play them, we've both got Game Pass. Mm-hmm. We have the same access to the same library of games. Yeah. We can pick and choose what to play. And your exclusives on PlayStation are better. You got games like Spider-Man, God of War.
Most are exclusives are single player games as well. So if you're more of a co-op centric or PvP centric person as well, then you've got a whole gamut of games to play with your friends.
Yeah.
And it's pretty low entry. I could convince probably any even casual friends to be I couldn't convince them to be yeah, should we both get this game? It's 40 quid. He'd be well, I'm not paying 40 quid. I've never even heard of it. But I could probably convince them being I might pay $7.99 a month for Game Pass. Mm-hmm. Go on, you can just cancel after the month if you don't like it, mate. It's only $7.99. I'll give you $7.99. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know.
I'll send you $7.99 right now. Buy it. You know what I mean? Whereas I'd be more reluctant to be here's 50 quid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Want to play Gears 5?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Day one. That's $7.99.
They announced the Outer Worlds is going to be on. I couldn't play. I actually applauded. That was the only thing that really.
Yeah.
Not much actually got us there, but that's a game I'm interested in, and now I know I don't have to buy that game.
Yeah. $7.99 1 month. You don't want to continue playing? Yeah. Just cancel it. You've got a month's worth of play out of it for $7.99. Brand new game. You didn't have to spend 50 quid to decide you didn't like it. You spent $7.99 and decide it wasn't very good.
Yeah. I think that's also good as well. That's a great way to it's kind of like a demo for their exclusives in particular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if their exclusives come in and you don't have to drop 60 quid on Sea of Thieves, you just pay $7.99 and be Sea of Thieves is shit, I'll not play that. I'm not saying that's my opinion, I'm just saying if that's what you think, then there you go.
Yeah.
You've not really, you're not bankrupt.
No, I think
you've not lost a week's wage or whatever.
Yeah, and as we said in the last episode, everyone's copying it.
Yeah,
you play
Ubisoft, and we said in the last episode they're jumping on. EA Access is coming to PS4.
Yeah,
EA Access, I think it's good. I'm glad PS4 players are getting that.
Yeah, but
I say that I also have PS4, so I'll probably play something Access on it.
But
it's a way to get some friends on PS4 on the Battlefield 5 as well. So.
Game Pass is good value, and I think they did well to push it at E3.
Were you happy about them announcing the Surge 2? Because I know you enjoyed the first one, didn't you?
Well, I knew Surge 2 was coming.
Yeah.
So it was actually announced a few months back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I did like the first one.
I remember you telling us about playing it. So I thought, Adam will be pleased on
Yeah.
that.
So,
weirdest looking game for me was Bleeding Edge.
I'm quite excited by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
just not bad, just weirdest looking.
It's
like
that is a very niche, like target audience. Like even as the last, I can't remember her name. It was some weird name, Maria something.
Atari. Yeah, she was called Atari 2600. Yeah.
Like she mentioned, like, I combine two of my passions, like combat action games and multiplayer.
Yeah.
I love both those things.
Yeah.
Like I love DMC and all those types of games.
Yeah, they did that in the trailer, didn't they? Like from the creative designer of DMC.
Yeah, and the DMC was people didn't like it because they changed Dante and all this, but the combat was fun.
I haven't seen any combat of this. Did they show actual gameplay?
They showed little bits.
At E3, did they?
Little bits.
Because I only seen that initial trailer.
But the thing, like, I love that style of game, and I love multiplayer. My worry is that style of game relies on you, like, juggling your enemies, so, like, hitting them and just taking control away from them, and just keep hitting them. How's that going to work in multiplayer? Because there's nothing worse than having control taken away from yourself. Like, so I'm dubious about how it's going to work.
Because, like, if someone's really skilled and then your experience is like you just get chinned and you can get a hit on once, you're just not going to play.
Yeah. So I'm a little dubious. I'm excited by it and kind of want to see more of it.
I like the art style.
Yeah.
Like, that was interesting.
Overwatch meets Borderlands in a third-person hack and slash multiplayer game. Yeah, we'll see. I'm quietly optimistic.
Yeah. I'll play it because it's going to be Game Pass day one. So like you say, you can't complain for you can't complain for if it's something like you say, like us, where you're already paying for it. You can't complain for something you're already paying for. Yeah. So there's that. So obviously we're getting the sequel to Ori, and it's called Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, which is the third one.
Is it the third one?
Yeah, it's Ori,
Blind Forest.
Blind Forest and Oreo.
And the White
Ori and the Guardians or something.
Yeah.
The Blind Guardian.
Alright, there's a lot of blind people in Ori. there's a lot of blind
Oreo and the Blind Guardians. Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
they both.
Like, that was one of the things, obviously, talked about 4K before and just getting 4K, but obviously you could watch on Mixer the actual whole conference in 4K, so all of the trailers were just streaming perfectly. And I was just watching that, I was like, fuck, I actually wanted to play that game, that's how good it looked.
Yeah.
And that's not a game that's ever had me interested at all until that moment. But like when you saw that spider come down, and I was just like, oh, that looks fucking beautiful. It's like, that's hand drawn. Like, that's like insane. So good. So I was impressed. Another weird one, Minecraft story mode, like dungeons.
Minecraft dungeons,
like
that's just Diablo-craft, isn't it?
But it's just, it's Minecraft. Like, it's a game that you build your own fun in it. Like, it seems weird to have like a led experience. Yeah,
but that IP has got a lot of like traction behind it. Like,
would you pay for it though?
I wouldn't, but
there's a lot of people. I feel like it should be like free content.
There's a lot of like kids and stuff who probably were quite excited by it, who love Minecraft, and it's just another Minecraft game. It's set in the same universe, same world. They know it. It's like,
I suppose, rather just Minecraft where you can do what you like instead of being like, you have to do this.
But it's got a lore behind it and everything, and I think that's like, if you know something and you know the stories and the lore and everything, then you're going to enjoy stuff set in that universe. Yeah. Same way I love stuff set in the Marvel universe. Like,
except that Marvel Avengers game.
Yeah. Well, I never said I didn't like. I just said that I don't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll have a better frame rate than that gameplay presentation.
Yeah.
It was pretty choppy.
That's true.
Blair Witch game. Blair Witch though. What
year
is it?
I know.
We worked at a cinema 11 years ago when Blair Witch came out, wasn't it? Was it 12 years ago?
That was not even the first one. Like, that would be in the second one.
Was it the second one?
Yeah.
Christ, yeah.
The first one I saw on VHS.
Oh, fuck.
I pirated VHS before it was in cinemas. And it was kind of...
That I got it from a guy with a jacket and it was like a bunch of VHSs. He spelled Blair wrong.
But it was... like I remember watching that trailer and I thought it was gonna be like a new Alan Wake or something like that, and then I was like, maybe then the camera came out. I was like, new Outlast, and then they went with the person standing in the corner with the handprints, and I was like, I've just ripped off Blair Witch.
I said that. I was like, this looks like fucking Blair Witch. And then when it zoomed out and you saw the logo, I was like, it is Blair Witch. Okay,
fair enough.
Yeah,
have a go.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of horror games where you look through the camera. Like, it doesn't do much for me.
I see. I liked Outlast.
Outlast didn't do anything for us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks and all that.
I'm not sold. It's probably one of those ones I'll watch some gameplay and then never actually play it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch the first like 10 minutes and decide if I want to watch someone play it or if I just want to play it.
They're obviously doing Battletoads.
Yeah.
It's just more Battletoads.
I don't like the look of it at all.
No,
I don't like the art style or anything.
I didn't either. I thought it was horrible.
And Battletoads, it's not a great game.
No,
the original isn't a great game.
They're talking like it's some like amazing IP that people love and think of daily and fondly, and they don't.
No, the people remember it because it was hard as hell in the turbo tunnel. Like being an absolute ball ache. That's why people remember Battletoads. It was never
Yeah, I remember that fucking chore of a game. How many fond memories? No. When I stopped playing.
And then you go look at because Rash guessed it in Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
And he looks amazing in that game. And then you go to that style and you're like...
and you're like...
no, not bothered.
I've just literally wrote it at Xbox because they just did a montage of a fuck ton of games, and it was just like I didn't keep up to even write anything. No,
there was a few stuff in there that looked interesting. Stuff that was
like, I think it was Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Yeah, that is quite amusing.
I've got that already on PC, and that looked funny. Like that was the standout of that montage for me. Not much else really good. Obviously Psychonauts 2 because
Double Fine.
They've acquired Double Fine.
Yeah,
that was good.
That's interesting.
That could be a good win. I'd love them to do a Brutal Legend 2.
I like that. That game wasn't what I expected it to be when it came out, because I thought it was going to be like a third person character action game. It's like an RTS with third person hack and slash.
It was
an awesome
soundtrack. Yeah, and Ozzy Osbourne's in there.
Yeah, and Lemmy was in there.
Yeah, that was a good fucking game.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that.
I would love that. And like Jack Black's like getting into gaming. Have you seen this? He started a YouTube channel called Jablinski Games. And
really?
It's already like one of the most subscribed to channels, and it's got like one video on it, and it's just him saying, "I'm gonna make some gaming videos," because his son's a huge gamer and stuff as well. So like, get him back on board. It sounds like he's how you know what I mean? Get Brutal Legend 2 on the go.
Yeah, do it.
If that was Microsoft exclusive, that'd be a fucking win. Like,
yeah, I would play it.
So one of the things I thought was brilliant as well was obviously they announced Metro Exodus being on Game Pass from that day. So from today it's on now, so it's on now.
Yeah, I've been playing it.
Yeah, I've downloaded, I've not played it yet, but like I was going to buy that at launch and I didn't, and I'm fucking glad I didn't, because I would have been pissed if I'd bought it like a month ago.
That's happened a few times with some Game Pass games.
But that's still such a victory though, isn't it, to get that on?
Yeah.
Like huge.
Because it's only when did it come out? End
a
of
month
last
and
year?
a half or something.
Was it this year?
Yeah, it's only like 2 months old, I think. I swear to God, like that's a huge.
Yeah, it's big.
A big one for them.
It's good, quite good.
It's a fucking good looking game.
Yeah.
Weird one. Microsoft Flight Simulator looked pretty.
It looked gorgeous.
Yeah, it did.
And it's coming to console.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It looked chill as fuck. I have no interest in those type of games, but I was watching that trailer. I was like, I could fly around there and listen to some tunes.
Yeah.
I thought that. I was like, this looks really pretty, and I was like, yeah.
It's what it is, and like it'd be interesting to see how it works on a console, because there's a lot of.
I know, like a lot of unique, fucking difficult to master controls. But
looked gorgeous.
Yeah. I've got Wasteland 3.
Yeah. That was an interesting looking trailer.
Yeah.
I'll play it. And they showed enough.
Fallout.
Yeah, they showed enough for me to want to play it. Good. Keeps with the slightly wacky comedy style, but is also quite a dark world. Yeah. Sold on that.
Age of Empire 2?
Yeah, I've played that when I was a kid.
Is this the remaster? It is.
Yes, this is one in like 4K with a new campaign. And
I wasn't blown away by it before and after. Like, I was like, that's not the improvement I was expecting to see. Because before it did the before and after, I thought that was the before. I genuinely did.
It's an old game.
And then I seen it, and then I was like, But then when I looked and I was like squinted and I was like, oh yeah, they actually are quite detailed when you look at them. But I just wasn't. But it's not my type of game.
No, and it is an old game, Age of Empires 2.
So there's that one it was called 12 Minutes, which was like a couple and it was like top down and they were trapped in like a time loop. That was really unique. I'm not sure I'd go out and buy it.
No,
I would play it though.
If it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'd play it. It looked like an episode like Black Mirror or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if it's like an hour or two experience.
Yeah, and it's
perfect.
Just, absolutely, yeah.
Like, I'll play it, but I used to play a lot of indie games.
Yeah.
Now I just...
What's that one where it's like we'll talk about Cyberpunk, but it's like there's a side-scrolling game where it's like neon cyberpunk-esque, almost... what's it called? Oh, what the fuck's that film with Harrison Ford? Why is the name there? Why did Blade Runner escape me there? It was just gone. I was like, I've got Runner in my head, and I'm like, Road Runner. No, that's not it. Wile E. Coyote Amelia. Yeah. So it's got like that Blade Runner kind of esque vibe, and it's like a dude running, but it's side scrolling, and like they didn't talk about this yet, but they talked about it like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Is it called like Last Light or something like that, I don't think of the name.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't.
But anyway, I don't know why that's just popped in my head. That's an indie game that I'm interested in. That I haven't been interested in an indie game for fucking years. But there's something about that, like the art style just has me grip. Where I'm like, oh, I really want to see more of that game.
Yeah.
But there's not many indie games that grip us. But that 12 minutes I would play it, but I don't think I've been in any rush to buy it.
No.
Did you see Way to the Woods, which was like the mother deer taking a...
Yeah.
It's like The Last of Us with deers.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking playing that game because if that deer dies, the man fucking...
It'll be the mother that
If
dies,
the fucking mother travels for fucking 12 years to get out of the other fucking side of town to the other deers and then she gets fucking shot or something, I'll fucking smash my Xbox. The next podcast will just be me crying, I played Way to the Woods. It happened. You know what I mean? Like,
looks... I don't
like
think I'll play it,
like the art style.
Yeah,
that's
like the play on like with light and stuff looks quite interesting.
And I like some of the like interesting mechanics for like navigating through the map. So where it's just like having to like smash like a fish tank to get the water out, so that we can get to a certain area and stuff like that. So yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Again,
same. Wouldn't be in any rush to buy it. So they've announced this like Series 2 of the Elite controller.
Yeah.
Which, if you like Elite controllers, I'm actually interested because I was looking to get an Elite controller because I want the back paddles because I've got one on my PlayStation. So not an Elite, but it's like a third party company, but it's like the PlayStation licensed one. I can't remember the name of it now. And the back paddles are great. Like obviously for shooters in particular, like it's great to be able to duck quickly and. So I wanted that anyway, and one of the things that is interesting about it is that it's got rechargeable batteries in, which Xbox controllers have never had, and it's got fucking 40-hour battery life.
Yeah, up to 40 hours.
To 40. Well, it's weird because I've said this before. Is the Wii U has an Xbox style Pro controller, and it's got 80 hours battery life, rechargeable, and then the Wii U, the Switch controller, which is the Pro controller, which once again just looks like, and that's 40 hours. So I'm like, well, what technology are they using?
There,
so it must be there. So I'm interested in it. So it is quite pricey though. I've looked at the pre-order and it's 160 quid, which is a bit of a stinger. This late in the cycle, obviously we'll go on to talk about Scarlet soon, but before that, like I'm just thinking maybe they're going to keep the same controllers.
Yeah.
So maybe it might be worth paying if it's going to work next gen. If it's going to work next gen, then I'm probably interested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm interested in one, but again, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to throw in a controller if it's going to be redundant in a year,
18 months even. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Well, we've already talked about Dying Light. We did that in the last podcast. I know that was obviously we talked about that coming in spring 2020. Just more Dying Light. Obviously, Gears 5.
Yeah.
September 10th. Play early 5 days with the Ultimate Edition. We're getting multiplayer beta in July.
Yep. It's just
they had a pretty awkward fucking presentation.
Yeah.
They had wrestlers playing escape mode. What the fuck's wrestlers got to do with Gears 5?
Don't know. They're all part of Xavier Woods has a YouTube channel, a gaming YouTube channel called Up Up Down Down. It's quite popular, and those other two wrestlers appear on that a lot. Yeah. So it's just like a tie-in. Like
what I don't get, I've talked about this. Actually, probably not in our podcast. A long time ago, I've talked about this before. Where it's like, kids don't really watch E3. Like, a lot of them aren't even aware of it. Like, they see the trailers and stuff, but like, not many kids are staying up till 2 a.m. to watch E3.
Yeah.
So like, but yet they target a lot of shit towards kids. And I understand like that a big part of your market, but like, maybe the trailer should be, not so much the conference. Like sometimes the conference, like you say, when we've talked about Just Dance, like having a bunch of dancers, like who's that for?
Yeah.
Because people in the audience don't give a fuck. And
Don't-
people sat up at 2 a.m. certainly don't give a fuck about someone in a panda suit dancing.
Yeah, I don't think that like the wrestlers are that. It's not a kids audience. It's a lot of 20-somethings and stuff who watch wrestling mostly. It's not as much kids. Like kids are into it, but there's a lot of people who like wrestling, and this guy's got a pretty successful YouTube channel. It's pretty good tie-in for them. Probably some exclusive deal worked out.
Did you see them playing?
Yeah,
very good line.
Yeah, well, it's,
that mode I wasn't really impressed with, the escape mode. Like, I don't feel like they need to thumb in new modes.
No, they don't.
Time, like,
you've got the horde mode, got your multiplayer, you got your single player. That's all you need.
I know.
Like,
I wanted to see single player gameplay, and I was actually disappointed to not see it.
I think they're doing well. They're just they're holding the story off until it releases, which I think is.
I think we'll see more at Gamescom.
Well, they're showing off Horde mode at Gamescom. So they announced their schedule for what they're showing. It's like, we're showing off Escape now. Gamescom, we're showing off Horde mode.
I've been more inclined to say Horde mode though.
You've got the multiplayer next month, and then it's like, and then September when we release, that's when the story stuff will be more revealed. Which is fair enough. Like, keep your story under wraps. Keep it as a surprise. Keep it as a.
You would have just thought you'd say like 10 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to be 12 hours long. So like, what's 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You know, are you really spoiling much with 10 minutes? But
we'll see.
Gears, I wouldn't have bought it. I don't think if it wasn't on Game Pass. I don't think I would have bought this one. It doesn't look bad, and I actually will absolutely play it, and I'll probably play it on launch. But I don't think they would have got us to buy it this time because of how little I played 4. I literally played 4's campaign and then.
Yeah, I'll probably the same.
Played a little
but
bit
I would
online.
still play 5 for the campaign, I think. Like, that's why I play those games. I'm not good at the multiplayer, so I don't play it.
I know, I kind of get in with the wall jumping, bouncing off each wall.
No.
Just kind of get on board with it.
No, same.
It's just too high skill for I'm just like, I'm point and shoot me. Yeah. If I'm point and shoot, then I'm down. Still, you got to bounce around and like not aim down sights with the Nasher. No, I'm alright.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm not dexterous enough. I'm too old.
Same. I like staying behind cover and like popping out and shooting people and then ducking back down.
It is weird though, that experience, how the single player campaign is absolutely a different play style to multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like wildly different. Unlike any other game. Like Call of Duty and Battlefield is the same play style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the enemy's less deadly than humans. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? That's the only differentiator normally. But
I never thought about it like that.
But the play style is completely different between Gears single player and multiplayer.
I'm sure there's
probably there's probably people who can play it like that.
Yeah.
But the average person does just pop into cover, and they pop out and they just shoot with their lancer.
Yeah,
and
throw a few grenades
frag and snipe with a long shot now and again. And
yeah.
So Forza Horizon 4 doing a Lego crossover.
Yeah. They did Hot Wheels for Forza Horizon 3, so it's not
visually nice. Visually nice.
Yeah.
I mean, Hot Wheels was visually nice. It was just,
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I don't really care for Lego. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there who love the stuff.
It's funny.
I liked it when I was a kid, but
it's funny. One of my colleagues at work said, "Oh, do you think Xbox will bring out a car on the stage?"
They do every year.
Yeah, she was like, "Do you think they'll bring out?" I was like, probably. I was like, there'll probably be DLC for Forza 4, and then they come out with a fucking Lego Ferrari or whatever. And it was like,
McLaren.
I'm not a car person. They come out with the Lego Brum Brum, and I was just like, oh yeah, I like the way it drives.
Yeah,
that's good.
Like, it's more Forza stuff.
Yeah,
I thought Horizon 4 was pretty good. I quite liked it.
Beautiful game.
But
interesting that it's like a small UK.
Yeah, it's like a condensed UK. It's weird.
Super condensed UK.
Really weird.
Like, it's probably cool as fuck. It's probably more cool for people who aren't in the UK.
Yeah.
For us, it's weird.
It's very weird because you go like from
I've driven
Edinburgh.
on a lot of those roads, and then it's just like you're like in the street of Edinburgh, and then you're not.
Yeah.
You're not in Scotland.
Like, I went into Edinburgh and I was like, oh, I'm going to drive around. I know Edinburgh reasonably well. I'll look around. Wait I know this road, but this is about the only one that's like accurate. The rest are weird.
Beautiful.
And then,
the
down to,
attention to detail is uncanny. Like the street signs and everything, it's great.
It's really good. It looks great. It plays well, and they've just added Lego to it.
Yeah, why
good
not?
on them.
Why not? It'll make a killing. Hot Wheels did. Hot Wheels made a killing. Hot Wheels actually appeals to me more than Lego does, though. Like I'd probably be more inclined to play the Hot Wheels, but I'm not a big car racing game guy. Doesn't really do anything for us.
Fair enough.
But Gears Funko also definitely doesn't do anything for us.
I hate Funko Pops.
My girlfriend loves them.
They're terrible looking. They're stupid looking. Pointless. Like, buy action figures. Like,
don't tell me how to live at them. But I want to play in a fucking Lego McLaren. I can't even fucking say it. If I want to do in a fucking Lego car with my Pop Funko.
Just I don't care.
Do what I like.
I don't care
so
about Gears Pop.
Nah.
Don't care.
That's another
It's
one.
a Clash Royale game.
That's another one. I'm like, who's it for?
Mobile gamers.
Yeah.
And Funko collectors.
Yeah.
Don't care.
So State of Decay 2 getting new DLC.
Don't care. Move on.
Certainly don't care.
Like,
we had such a shit experience.
Yeah.
We were so fucking hyped for State of Decay 2.
I know. And I've tried to go back.
And it's just...
And I just can't do it. I just don't like it.
No.
Like, I really liked the first one.
Yeah, same.
And the second one should have been
It should have just
more of
been
the same and
that,
better.
And it just somehow
But there's
wasn't.
just something wrong with it. And the multiplayer was so poorly done.
Oh my god.
It's like a tacked on multiplayer in a game that's designed for co-op multiplayer.
Yeah. I know. It was like you were like superfluous and couldn't like really interact with much at the start. I mean, they've probably fixed a lot of that, but
The last time I played, they hadn't. We're still.
But I'm not interested.
No, I'm not. Like,
it's
it's single player, like story content stuff. Fair enough. If people are playing it and people want to play it, be my guest. I'm not going to tell you what to play and what not to play. That's
Don't
not.
tell me how to live.
No, I am.
Yeah.
I've,
I want to play. If I want to play fucking Funko Pop and me Lego McLaren, and I want to play State of Decay Heartland. Let us fucking.
You do you, mate. You do you.
So Fantasy Star Online 2 coming. Isn't that like old as shit?
It's 2011, I think it was
Yeah,
originally
sure.
released, but it hasn't. It was supposed to be released on PlayStation. I think
that was
in
a
the West.
Crossfire was announced, and Crossfire is
Crossfire X.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like a
like-
Korean game.
It's like a Korean CS:GO that's been out for fucking ages and looks like actually shit.
Mhm.
It's like that's why I showed you this really like nice CG trailer
Yeah.
because the game looks potatoes.
Well, I didn't know what it was, and then I went and looked at it afterwards, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and you're
oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Never
Moving on.
mind. Yeah.
Like,
Nice to get a free to play game, but I can see why it's free. To
Yeah.
play,
and Phantasy Star Online 2, like, the legacy of it is apparently, like, there's a lot of systems that they sort of put into games.
Yeah.
That, like, lots of modern MMOs and
Everyone,
everything
like, kind of copies sort of
uses,
thing,
so I'll take a look at it.
yeah.
But I'll probably play, like, the opening chapter, create my character, play the opening chapter or whatever, and go, I don't have time for this.
Yeah,
Move
you're like,
on.
am I going to put 600 hours in? No, I'm
No,
not.
I'm not.
Goodbye. Possibly super interesting, but didn't show really anything, is Elden Ring, which is the new From Software game, and obviously they're collaborating with
Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin, yeah. So, like, the writer and designer of Dark Souls, George R.R. Martin, who wrote a series of books that were pretty good.
Yeah,
He wasn't very good at writing battle scenes, but was very good at describing food, so that's why I liked it. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It looks very, like, the aesthetic of what they showed looked very Dark Souls.
Oh god, yeah.
So I don't know what George R.R. Martin's
That's what a lot of people are
input's
like.
going to
What's
be.
going to his?
It's like,
Because it's old as fuck as well. So you're like, is he really writing new content, or are you just slapping his
slapping
name on the
your
box?
name on it, like,
On the
are
fucking
you?
box.
Is it going to be more Western based than
Yeah.
like Dark Souls or whatever? Or
Yeah.
I don't know, like From Software, the games they've put out recently since Dark Souls, I've liked all of them.
Yeah.
They haven't put a foot wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
So
a
like
lot
I
of
say, that's
people
what I'm saying.
disagree,
That's what makes
but-
it so interesting is that it's probably going to be brilliant, but we've seen fucking nothing as per usual.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's been the big theme of this E3 is just no actual gameplay.
yeah.
But I don't like, to be fair, when the game's just announced, like, you know, we're talking about obviously teasers and, like, you know, usually have to be an established brand. At least From Software is enough. That's enough of an established brand for this.
You put those names on, Miyazaki and George R. R. Martin.
Yeah,
so
that's enough.
you've got the people who know the From Software games and the
Yeah.
Souls games. They know Miyazaki's name.
Yeah.
And then you put George R. R. Martin. Everyone knows that name because
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was a
Oh, God,
phenomenon. like that's enough of a teaser because people go, "Ooh, that's interesting. It's by two people I know the name of who've written or designed it or whatever they've done." Yeah, you can tease that, but when you just go, "Here's Gods and Monsters," by Ubisoft. What?
Who now?
Okay.
I mean, I've got one here written, and I don't remember it at all. Armed and Dangerous. I don't even remember that.
Armed and Dangerous.
Exactly. I've got Armed and Dangerous written, and that's on the Xbox One.
That was wasn't that an old Xbox, like, 360 game or something? Or no, it was maybe an Xbox original game?
Don't even remember. That's how interesting.
I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, that's why I've realised these are the backwards compatible games, the last set of backwards compatible games. So you're right, that's all the shit. Because one of them's Indiana Jones and it's all the Splinter Cell games.
Yeah.
So the only other two, I've only got 2 bits left, and the two biggest ones.
The two big ones.
So the first big one, game-wise, is Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that was
which
pretty
is,
good.
Let's be honest, that was the conference, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, and do you know what? Like, for those, everyone's seen it, surely, by now. Basically, they showed off some cinematic stuff. We've seen gameplay of Cyberpunk before.
A really lengthy bit.
Yeah, so like they just showed some cinematic stuff, and they kind of did tease some new stuff in the trailer if you analyse it and whatnot. But the big reveal was Keanu Reeves is in Cyberpunk 2077, and he came out and like this whole thing happened. Like
it was just brilliant. It was the fact that. One, you saw him and he was like at the end of the trailer and he was just badass and you're like, oh, it's Keanu fucking Reeves, and then the door opens and he's fucking there like, it's Keanu fucking Reeves.
Yeah, and the thing that works is like, I've never been a huge fan of like celebrity involvement in games like cameos and stuff. Cyberpunk didn't need to have like there's so much hype about it already because it's
so fucking hype. Yeah, they
like
did not.
So many people are going to play it. They don't need celebrity endorsement. They don't need a celebrity, but they've put Keanu Reeves, and he's not just a bit.
Apparently, he's apparently the most. He's got the most dialogue apart from your character.
Yeah, he's like the second protagonist.
Yeah,
he's playing Johnny Silverhands.
Yeah, that's so
and yeah, it was just like I was like blown away by that. I was like, what?
It's just because he's such like a genuine person, and I think that really conveyed on stage when he was just like someone heckled him, and his heckle was like, "You're fucking beautiful" or something.
That was because he said, "Oh, was it the you know when you walk around the city and take it in, it's truly breathtaking."
Oh, right,
out, you're breathtaking. He went, "You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking." Like he just seemed quite chill, and like if you read anything about the guy, he's so humble and like he is chill.
Phil Spencer said on Inside Xbox, I said to Keanu before he went out, I was just like, I know you've done stuff like that, but he's like, Xbox fans, like gaming fans, are fucking hardcore. Like they're gonna go fucking wild. It's like it's not gonna be like what you normally get when you go to like Comic-Con or something like that. And he was like blown away because obviously everyone fucking wild when he came out. They couldn't believe it. And
then you've got to remember, like if you go to like Comic-Con, you're announced for that most of the time, so people are expecting you.
Yeah, so nobody was expecting to see Keanu Reeves.
Like because everyone went mental when it was on screen. Everyone was like, whoa! Yeah, and then
so Cyberpunk pretty much. If anyone won, it wasn't Xbox. It was Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
it was Cyberpunk.
It was Cyberpunk. Yeah, like
I mean that trailer as well. That trailer was just a fucking class trailer.
Yeah, like the stuff they showed off in there, like they showed a lot of like stuff that hadn't shown in gameplay, like the I don't know what you call it, technomancy.
Yeah.
Like where you can like remotely hack people. So you basically they showed off like a mage class.
They've said since and like a post E3 interview and stuff that you can play like a non deadly playthrough where you don't kill any character. You can just subvert them, stun them, or talk your way out of more situations and things like that. Which I like. It's like got that kind of Fallout, kind of you choose your playstyle. Yeah, and that can serve you the entire game if that's what you want.
I'm really looking forward to that, and I love The Witcher 3, so I have loads of faith.
Then that's another one. It's just a company that you just have absolute faith in because they're yet to screw fans.
Yeah,
which is a breath of fresh air.
True.
In an industry of companies that tend to not give a fuck as long as you the fucking cash cow provide cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was the best of the Xbox. So the last obviously one is there is a game tied to this, but it ties into this with the news. So it's obviously they announced the next gen console, Project Scarlet.
Yep.
Coming holiday 2020. Thoughts?
We knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming.
PlayStation announced theirs reasonably recently. apparently the specs are very similar.
4 times more powerful than One X is what they went with.
Yeah.
That's... I don't get when PlayStation put that, like... I think it leaked, didn't it? Where it was like some like investors call or something like that. And it said like, here's what we're promising. And it was like SSD 8K. Why 8K?
Because it's a buzzword.
It is absolutely
it's all
going
to be buzzwords.
No, like, people don't have 8K monitors. They're not going to have them by holiday 2020.
No.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if 4K is still not fucking ubiquitous by fucking 2020.
No, it won't be.
You know what I mean? Because, like, don't get us wrong, I love HDR more than 4K. But I do think it's great. But I still don't think it's a necessary upgrade. As someone who enjoys technology, it's a nice upgrade.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. But that's just because I'm like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't sold on it until it was in my own hands as well. Like, every time I'd been to someone's house and seen it, I was like,
yeah, no,
that's negligible, until I like gamed on it for long periods of time and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, I think what they were showing, like, the thing that interested me the most about what they're showing is, yes, they mentioned like frame rates and graphics, but it was the thing they were touting was like load times.
They were talking load times, like SSD something it's not.
Yeah.
They're like, we've got this new SSD technology.
Oh no, that was for RAM, so they're using an SSD as like a virtual RAM essentially. No, what I mean is like load times for within games. They're talking about like removing loading screens, basically, and that's where they're pushing the technology. Yes, they're going to get graphical updates. Yeah. But the thing that they seem to be pushing was, let's get rid of loading screens. Let's get rid of
one of the things
loads.
they showed at the same again when the leak for PS5 or whatever, it was here's Spider-Man fast travel loading instantly. Mm-hmm. It was like 0.83 seconds versus a 8 to 10 second load, something like that.
Yeah.
But what else they showed that was, I think it was more impressive, was obviously you're limited to how fast you can swing through the city. They went, here we are swinging through the city at like 4 times faster than you can swing, so we're swinging at like fucking 200 miles an hour. And it was swinging, and it was like, here it is on base hardware, and it crashed base hardware. Mm-hmm. And then you playing it, and there's like, here's on PS5 potentially. And there's no popping either, and it's fucking flying down. You're like, whoa, if that's what... Because that's what I've always said, though, is like, I'm quite content with where graphics are.
Yeah.
I'd rather them go for, like, the other way, like, let's go for performance, let's go for
frame rate, pop in, more NPCs on the screen, more...
Like, it's that whole thing of, like, Ubisoft downgrades, and, like, recently it was with, like, Anthem, wasn't it, where, like, you saw, was it Fort Tarsus?
Yeah.
It's like Fort Tarsus was fucking teeming with life in the original fucking trailer, and then you go in and it's like, oh, it's a barren wasteland. Yeah, there is 4 NPCs, and I'm one of them.
Yes, and they're all stood around, no one's moving, everyone's stood at their store.
And then you watch the fucking trailer initially, and it's like people moving through, and it's like a bustling market, and you're like, where's that?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
That, yeah.
I mean? So hopefully that's what we're going to see. We talked about this, I think, on the first episode, where I said, why does everyone just always talk about 60? Why do they never talk beyond 60 frames per second? And it was nice to have them say it's going to be capable of 120 frames per second in some cases. And I was like, finally, because it's not the current hardware can it do over 60? Mm-hmm. They just lock it at 60. You know what I mean? So it'll be nice, but I mean, now I need a new fucking monitor that does more than 60 hits.
Yeah, I'm getting a new TV. My TV's like 10 years old.
Yeah,
so.
It's time to step it up.
So by next year, I need a new TV and a new console.
And enough money for because they didn't announce pricing or anything.
No, well, they don't know that yet. Apparently, like they saw an interview with Phil Spencer.
I think what was smart was they announced the new console, but they didn't say enough to trap themselves.
Yes, because
you've got to see what PS5 says.
If you watch the there's an interview with Phil Spencer, and he talks about, he's like, we haven't announced this because we don't know yet. Yeah, like we've only been able to say what we know. Yeah, like we don't know pricing, we don't know anything. It's the same with like the xCloud stuff. They don't know the pricing of it because they don't know yet. So the only things they've announced is like what their
that's what's good about
CPU
Phil
is.
Spencer, I think, is he's for all of the fucking company bigwigs, he's easily the most candid. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he goes on to like smaller podcasts. I don't know if you've ever seen, I think it's Dealer Gaming. They're like not a huge podcast. Mm-hmm. They're like obviously bigger than us, but like they're not huge. Yeah. Like maybe 4,000 viewers an episode, something like that. And he'll go on to their show and talk about Xbox to them and ask and answer direct questions that are like they're asking hard hitting stuff, and he'll answer. Yeah, he'll say what he can say. What he said in this interview as well, he's like, he says, if I don't know, I don't know. I'll tell you what I know. Yeah.
Like, because we don't want to be caught in a situation. He'll say like, look, there's some things I won't say because we don't know yet, and I don't want to be caught in a situation 6 months down the line where we've had to backtrack on something.
Yeah.
I've learned that lesson before.
Yeah.
And he was the same with the games that you said, like, that he was showing. He was like, we're showing stuff that we know we can show.
Yeah.
And we know that's going to release because Scalebound obviously happened, and he took a lot of flack for that. He says, like, I don't want to be in that situation anymore.
I'm surprised they haven't revived Scalebound just as like kind of a fan service kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that was was cursed.
But
like,
then I feel like
it's like shut down for a reason.
Yeah, I feel like if they did it, it'd be like, here's the animated corpse of Crackdown 3.
Yeah,
like,
I think
coming to haunt you.
I think that game's truly dead.
They also announced next gen ray tracing as well.
Yeah,
which I think's weird to
real time ray tracing.
Ray tracing to be incorporating that when the hardware's gonna have to be pretty fucking impressive, isn't it?
Yeah,
that makes me worry about price for him though, because you're only talking a year's time, and you're like, I can't say like if you're thinking of the fucking card lines now, like RTX isn't gonna drop a fucking grand in fucking like it's not gonna drop a fucking 500 quid in a year.
Probably will though.
Do you think?
Yeah,
500 quid though, like that's.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you've got to, and that's just one part of the full package. How much is this?
I mean, because they haven't announced the GPU in there or anything yet. So obviously they've just mentioned what their CPU is, and they're using SSD and stuff.
SSD is getting cheaper though.
Yeah,
like much cheaper.
Well, you can buy like little pocket ones now, can't you, for next to nothing? Yeah. So yeah,
I use external ones with my consoles just because I like that extra fucking 3 seconds it shaves off.
Yeah. The other thing that they were talking about is Phil Spencer said was four generations, so backwards compatible is.
I think they're both going to do that on there.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the
xCloud, didn't they? They said that's going to play every game that's already in the library, and it's something like 3,500.
Yeah,
games.
so the way that he worded it again, it's an interview after the fact.
Yeah,
it was. He said like he wants to honour people's purchases.
Yeah.
No, he did say digital purchases, like rather than physical, because the disc reader might not work. But he says like, if you've bought something digitally from us, it'll work going forward. And then he was asked about like, well, what happens about those games that come out of the change of generations? Like, is it released on one and like a new one? Because Halo Infinite's going to be released on Xbox One as well, like Xbox One and whatever the next one, Project Scarlet, gets called. It's like, do I need to buy the 2 copies? And he's like, he was very he says, I don't know, but he says we want to honour your purchases. So like, my imagining is that if you buy it, you probably get the upgraded version as well.
Because it's probably just a patch difference between those 2 versions of the game, isn't it? So like, if the hardware's there, you can't really hold your hardware back just because you didn't buy. Yeah,
but it's that definitely like interests me that like I got 300 odd games on my Xbox One from years of purchasing.
I didn't even think that was ever going to be an issue. I don't think there was ever a time that your purchases wouldn't carry over in the Xbox family. You know what I mean? They have been, but I just didn't think that. I don't think Xbox, the way Xbox have been the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Nothing like that didn't surprise me.
No, it didn't surprise me.
It's great.
But it's good to hear.
Great. It's great. It
means that all those games I bought on 360, I buy on get the new console. I've still got access.
Obviously,
to them.
I want PlayStation to follow suit, but I mean, it's going to be like mainly PlayStation 4 games, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think
But then they did. I think it was like something like 6 months ago. They like filed for backwards compatibility patents, didn't they? So maybe they're gonna
do something.
Do something where everything starts working going forwards. I mean, like I say about them keeping it vague, which is good. I think it was the right thing to do is to keep it vague enough, because now they've announced, PlayStation have to announce, don't they? So PlayStation are probably going to do a PlayStation experience sometime between now and Christmas. Realistically, they're going to have to do something. Plus, they need to show off more of Last of Us 2 and stuff like that. So they're going to have to do an event anyway.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to do it, and they're probably going to do something similar, like Common Holiday 2020. They'll just say the exact same shit, and they'll probably say the same shit 4 times more powerful than fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
What I thought was interesting was that obviously the rumours were that it was going to be 2 levels of consoles. So they were saying like, you know, you're going to have like a base version of next gen, and then the 1X version of next gen, like the Pro model, you know. But then like after the fact, like Phil was saying like, no, well, right now the plan is just Project Scarlet. I want to make hardware that is such a fundamental change and so powerful that it is going to last you at least 4 years. So I'm thinking, oh, that's good. Because they understand that they underpowered the Xbox One.
Yeah.
The original Xbox One. They went less for power and more for utility.
Utility, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I think he's already said that like he's concentrating on the games on next generation.
Yeah.
It's going to be about the games and not about all the TV apps. To
I still
HDMI
like that.
ports.
I love being able to fast switch between stuff. I
Yeah,
love
like,
that about the Xbox.
I'd be surprised if it didn't have stuff like.
I think
you'll still have like Netflix and YouTube and everything on it because you will, but it won't have a second HDMI port to plug your TV through it.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Comes with Connect 3. 3.0.
I think Connect's dead.
Yeah, I hope Connect's dead.
Connect is definitely dead.
The thing is, though, is like we were talking about Bethesda with the Orion and stuff, and if streaming is as good as they say it's going to be, why would you upgrade if you can play at 4K 60 on streaming service?
Because my internet's not going to be good enough for
that.
Yours
isn't. But I'm saying, like, why would people who can upgrade?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be an interesting because this could be arguably the last gen. Because if the gen's going to last 10 years.
Well, yeah, I mean,
15
again, going back to the Phil Spencer interview again, he said, like, Microsoft and Xbox team aren't planning on Scarlet being their last console.
Yeah.
So, like, if they were...
I just think it'll be interesting to see sales, though. Do you think? I think sales will be lower than they've...
Nah, I think it'll be higher.
Do you think?
Yeah. Well, the PS4 and Xbox One, the Xbox One didn't sell well, but it sold more consoles than the 360 over its lifespan. Yeah. Like, gaming is growing.
I just think of, like, casual gamers, and obviously there's a lot of casual gamers who just play Fortnite and stuff. If you can play Fortnite on your TV in 4K without needing a new console, because Project Scarlet's going to work on every Xbox One, isn't it? So if you've already got an Xbox One and it runs Project xCloud,
xCloud, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it runs Project xCloud. It's because they're both called Project, and I'm stupid.
No,
right?
I think xCloud is just called xCloud. I think it's Project xCloud.
Yeah, it's called Project xCloud.
Is it?
Fires.
Okay.
I don't think they've decided what they're officially calling it.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, like if that runs on a base Xbox One, so you've got the original Xbox, and then that one, and all of a sudden you can play games in 4K if you've got a 4K display.
Yeah, I mean,
why would you upgrade?
Because you wouldn't be able to download and play those games offline.
Yeah.
And the idea behind, like, you would have to pay for the xCloud service.
Yeah.
But what they were saying is you can turn your Xbox One into a server.
That's really good.
And that means you can access your game library with no additional cost.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need
to have they're going to have that in beta in October.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
That's cool. And, like, Phil Spencer was saying, like, they want to... he would really like it if he could, like, rent out his console so other people could, like, use it, like, if they were in, like, the area and stuff.
Yeah.
Use like his console as a server and access.
That would be really interesting if they could do that, some sort of point system, so you could accrue some sort of currency, like Microsoft points, and then that means you could buy a game or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you like
cool,
let people access your server.
So, like, when you're at work, if someone lives near you. And you've got a really good
you just set it up as a server and say, here you go, and connections down the street.
Anyone can
you don't have access to all the games that Xbox have. But they have access to a selection of games you have.
Yeah. Because if they're in that area and then they want to play that game and then it plays and you're the
shows
nearest one,
yeah,
that's cool. If that could be a thing.
And then
it'll be interesting to see how it works.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Although obviously Halo Infinite, smart move, releasing it with Scarlet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I mean,
beautiful trailer. Sadly, not gameplay, but beautiful.
But again, having it on Xbox One as well, and it's going to be on PC.
Oh god, yeah.
And Game Pass when it launches, probably. So,
I'm interested for next gen Halo to
Yeah, definitely.
See where it goes. What they do with visuals. Maybe some advanced movement.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's probably a lot, isn't it?
I think so. It's another
hefty one.
Yeah.
Another big boy. So thanks a lot for watching Player 2 podcast. We are available on YouTube if you want to see our faces. So if you're watching us, hello. We are available on iTunes.
Yep.
We're on Podbean. We should be on Spotify in 2 more episodes.
Yeah. So just search for Player 2 podcast and we should be there.
Yeah. Thanks very much. See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, boy. Fuck me, that was even longer.
I know.